What'd you say?
What are we going to discuss today?
Well, I really was fascinated by the horse races.
Oh, my God. And,
now, what did you do for the horse races? You weren't a jockey. You're too big.
Well, this is, I'm talking about small grandstands that were built here and there. And there was like a small racetrack. And I moved around about, because I worked, it was called the BC Racing Commission. And everybody had to be branded that works in there.
Branded?
And there were some
Branded?
Branded.
Bonded, you mean?
Okay, let's say they were had certain
They were tattooed?
not exact tattooed, but stamps.
Oh, they had to get hand stamped?
Yeah, they had to have stamps that worked in there. And
What did you do for them?
what I did was look after the food for the judges and these people that
Were you like a waitress or were you like a cook?
No, I wasn't the cook. I was the one that, well, you could say waitress. There was a special
And
room.
you brought them drinks?
And they had to have a special room because they were all what you call discussing different deals that would be coming up. We were always saying 2 weeks in one place, and maybe 2 weeks in another place. And we moved around.
Were some of these people kind of shady? Were there some of these deals under the table kind of a thing?
How many people?
No, was it under the table kind of shenanigans?
It was private conversations that there were more, say, individual tables that were set a little distance apart so that you couldn't exactly hear what the other people were discussing
Right.
at another table. And maybe
But you would overhear stuff working there, huh?
I would hear stuff working there, and I was told about different things that were probably coming up.
Did you hear? Oh, did you hear mostly about what horses were going to win what race?
Yes, I did at times.
So did you actually rig the race, or was it you
No,
just knew?
I
what
had
was
nothing to do with that, but I had an opportunity, if I wanted to, was to put the money where it should go. And
for the gentlemen in the rooms?
it was mostly for a friend. For I had a girlfriend,
Oh, the girlfriend that helped you gamble.
and this girlfriend was very fond of gambling.
Because it would be illegal for you to gamble. You can't place a bet.
I wasn't supposed to be betting, but I did. And I placed these bets for her. And sometimes she was very fortunate. Sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And
You'd win quite a bit, and then you ended up buying a house with all that. Well, that's what you told me before you...
I bought this, it's called 2 acres. I worked all my life, every minute, on this
And
2
then
acres.
you were 19 years old.
It had 250 feet one way and 350 feet the other way. And I had three big paths of different nails. And all I did, I had a pair of rubber boots on, was trudge around the whole perimeter of this place and worked on fences.
Uh-huh.
And also worked on this house and building a house.
And then you subdivided it, but that was years later.
Well, it sure was when I think of how old I am.
Yeah, you're almost 100 years old now, huh?
But in any case, it was a lot of work. But I never considered it as work. It was just what I
Do
did.
you remember the excitement of the horse racing and knowing that you were going to win the race?
And
Well, how was that exciting with knowing you're going to win all that money?
I was mostly gambling for somebody else, not me.
But it was your money too. You threw some of your money in there. You told me.
I can't, very occasionally, but I was mostly this girlfriend of mine. Her name was Anne, and
She's passed on now, right?
she really wanted to gamble, and that's what it is. It's gambling.
It's that urge.
And I worked for Jewish people. I worked for Jewish people, and they had, I guess, invested all this money in this huge grandstand thing, a big grandstand, and they have very strong beliefs, Jewish people, and I remember this woman telling me, I don't care with whom my two sons marry, as long as they're Jewish.